Now, when you're in public school, you're kind of taught evolution like it's the gospel truth, or that it's just incontrovertible fact, and there is no disagreement. Science is a monolith, and everybody agrees with evolution and all the main points. But with regard to evolution, let me quote the British Museum of Natural History's former senior paleontologist Colin Patterson. Quote, 9/10 of the talk of evolutionists is sheer nonsense, not founded on observation and wholly unsupported by facts. This museum is full of proofs of the utter falsity of their views. In all this great museum, there is not particle of evidence of the transmutation of the species, unquote. Now, here's another quote I got from Brian Goodwin, professor of biology at Open University, United Kingdom, and the it was called Neo-Darwinism has failed as an evolutionary theory. This was an article in the Times Higher Education Supplement from May 19th, 1995. And here's a quote: Neo-Darwinism has failed as an evolutionary theory that can explain the origin of species understood as organisms of distinctive form and behavior. In other words, it is not an adequate theory of evolution. What it does provide is a partial theory of adaptation or microevolution, small scale adaptive changes in organisms. Then there's another quote. I love this when I looked it up. Um, when I had access to Science magazine. So now this was from Dr. J. Allen Fiducia, professor of avian evolution and World Authority on Birds at the University of North Carolina, and it was entitled Archaeopteryx: Early Bird Catches a Can of Worms. This is in Science 259, page 764, or issue 764, February 1993. Now, this is always reminded me, and you watch the old Flintstone TV show, cartoon, and you see the reptile bird flying above, the little cartoon version. Well, here's the one that really got me. Paleontologists have tried to turn Archaeopteryx into an earthbound feathered dinosaur, but it's not. It's a bird, a perching bird, and no amount of paleobabble is going to change that. That was the quote. Then there was a quote by somebody from a journal that I like to look at, the Journal of Theoretical Biology. This is volume 67, page 398. This was Hubert P. Yockey, and his article was a calculation of the probability of spontaneous biogenesis by information theory. And here's the quote: one must conclude that, contrary to the established and current wisdom, a scenario describing the genesis of life on Earth by chance and natural causes, which can be accepted on the basis of fact and not faith, has not yet been written. Wow. There's a whole bunch of them. I got tons of quotes. I could do this, many episodes of these quotes where scientists disagreed with evolution or had proof that it was errors in the theory. So we'll stop there though, and I'll pick it up, go on to something else, and because I have like page after page of these quotes, and I don't want to go on. I'm not going to belabor it, but I'll stop there, and we'll pick it up as I continue next on my study of world history. So, if you watch this video this far, please click like and subscribe or follow, and share the video with someone else. Save it to favorites, watch it again, repost it, and let me know what you think. What do you think about these quotes? What do you think about these quotes like Wolfgang Smith, PhD physicist and mathematician, made several decades ago? A growing number of respectable scientists are defecting from the evolutionist camp. Moreover, for the most part, these, quote, experts have abandoned Darwinism not on the basis of religious faith or biblical persuasions, but on scientific grounds, and in some instances, regretfully, the evolutionist thesis has become more stringently unthinkable than ever before. Wow. Thank you for watching and listening to this video.